Ben and Holly.
Right, who said they are coming and who said they aren't?
Lorraine said she can't.
So did Tracy.
Cassie should be one.
Cassie's not.
She's not one, is she?
No, she's in her pants.
This is recorded.
Oh yeah. Hey Kristen.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, not bad, thanks.
Good stuff. Checking who else said they can make it before we start. Ashley's gone to ground today, hasn't she?
She's at her mum's, so
she?
yeah.
Okay. We're going to kick off then, because it's 7. And I've got to go and do exercise club at 8. So thanks guys for joining. I've put record on, so just share it with your teams that couldn't make it. I've got Selena and Jade here, you see. So the purpose of this call was from, there was a lot of chat going on after Hayley's call, maybe a bit of confusion, I guess, and a bit of nervousness caused by discussion around using the Be Living Proof brand versus using Clean Living Junkies. Is that fair?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So I talked to Hayley about it, and Hayley said she'd come along and join because we'd spent a lot of time talking about this before her call, and I think probably it's my fault for not positioning it properly with you guys beforehand, so apologies for that. What we'd talked about was the fact that Hayley wants to build a momentum and a wave with her brand, as do I with Clean Living Junkies, hence the goal of having 100 of us at Bournemouth. Which is realistic, I think. So the purpose of, the reason that Hayley and I talked about it in advance was the fact that Clean Living Junkies is already an established brand. We've got 200 people in our customer group and 16 of us in the team. So our brand is already up and running, and we're already starting to build a momentum. We've got Jade's Club 2. You guys are building a massive team too. So there's no need for us necessarily to drop what we're doing, just to focus more and refine what we're doing so that we build that social media momentum.
Yep, I understand that.
Yeah, no, and that is, I mean, like Lucy said, we had spoken about this before, and it was Clean Living Junkies were like the one brand within my sort of organisation that I kind of, I didn't even expect that to change, because it's got such a great following. You see it, I see it all over social media, and it's a quality little brand. And the only reason I didn't mention it on the call last night is because I just didn't want to confuse everybody else. But I had already said to Lucy, I'm not going to mention the words Clean Living Junkies because I don't want to start confusing people. But everything we do, all those words everyone came up with, and in our little new strap line, that is exactly the same for the Clean Living Junkies as well. It's exactly the same. We're all driving forward the same mission, the same goals, same passion. We all want exactly the same results out of it from our business and for our customers and from our team that haven't even joined yet. But like Lucy says, because you guys have got such a massive customer base already and following on social media, everyone your way and in your team just knows this hashtag CLJ, hashtag Clean Living Junkies, and seeing the logo all over as well, and it would only confuse things to change that. And I think because like I was saying with the whole Be Living Proof one last night, because there's already a big amount of people doing it, there's you guys have already got a big amount of people doing Clean Living Junkies, so it's still going to work exactly the same. We just need to just everyone needs to just get behind that, get that logo and everything, and really just get it out there to be seen. So it'll work in exactly the same way. It's still under obviously the Be Living Proof umbrella. We're still all working with that same motto, mantra that we came up with yesterday, and we're all still one. But because you guys have already got such a great, big customer base and, preview group and things like that under Clean Living Junkies, it makes sense to keep it. Like the other teams on the other teams within Be Living Proof aren't as big as the Clean Living Junkies, so that's why it's easier for them to kind of change over, and just stick with Be Living Proof. But because you guys have got such a great thing going already, I think it's for the best to keep it. For it's best for your customers, best for you guys, for your credibility as well. So people not seeing it's like chopping and changing different names here and there. And I'm just as excited about it. It's gonna work exactly the same way as everything I discussed on the call is the same for you guys. I just didn't say the words Clean Living Junkies because I didn't want to confuse people, but I ended up confusing you guys, and I'm really sorry for that. I didn't mean to.
That's all right. I was just thinking along the lines of taking a few bits out of what you said, and please correct me if I'm wrong, if I got it or if I heard or misheard it wrong or what have you. But say like new customers that we bring into the Clean Living Junkies, which is cool. So they're not going to get the exposure that we're all privy to.
What do you mean? Because
we're going to add them into our own Clean Living Junkies page that the guys have set up.
Which already.
As opposed to, we would put them in Nutrition Plus as well.
Which none of us post regularly in Nutrition Plus though, so our customers aren't getting that experience anyway.
No, I agree with that, but equally, like the welcome video and Be Living Proof, but Nutrition Plus. I think that's a really good tool. It's not to say that we can't do something along those lines as well.
Yeah,
in our group, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of knowing that little bit of transition, a little bit of change. That's all.
That I totally get that, and Lucy and I spoke about that as well, having the customers in both. And Lucy, at the time, you said you kind of liked them being in both groups.
Yeah, I think after our chat about it, my concern is that our team don't regularly post in both groups, and I'm guilty of it myself. So our customers aren't getting the full experience anyway, aside from the welcome video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys can make a welcome video. That takes seconds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You could even do it because the guys, like you guys, all live really super close, don't you? Really? Do you live pretty close together? You could all get together next time you have a team out and do a welcome video that you're all in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I originally wanted to do when, I can't remember the last event we were at. I wanted to do a welcome video with most of the team in it, but we just never got around to it. But next time you guys have a welcome team meeting, do a little welcome video. It doesn't necessarily, it only needs to be like one or two people talking maximum, but your customers will be able to see you all in the background there, and that'll have a great impact. That'll have a huge impact.
Yeah, I love it.
Because sometimes if you have too many things that you're supposed to post into, and then we've got our own little things that we post, it's too much. And but if I can just focus on the Clean Living Junkies and maybe my own Facebook one, my Living Life one, then that's just two, and I can do that, and then Instagram as well. But these other ones that I'm all privy to as well. It's great for us to have the information, but sometimes you get bombarded, and I feel bombarded sometimes. I'm constantly having to look through if I miss anything, and
Yeah, I totally agree. I spoke to Lucy about this as well, and I'm not even going to put new team members. I'm not going to put, from now on, I'm not going to put new team members into Elite Academy and any of the other mentors groups, because I know I'm in there, and I know I check that every day, and I know I move everything from there to Be Living Proof that's good and that's important. So it does get, for me, I'm kind of used to it after 2 years, so it doesn't annoy me, but definitely for newer people in the business, it's far too much. We didn't have all these groups when I started, you see, and I guess because they've just built over the time, I find that annoying. But I'm quite good at ignoring some of the stuff, and I can just find the really important stuff. So I think what we should do moving forward is everyone just put your team members into Be Living Proof, and that's it. And if you're already in Elite Academy or whatever, fine. And if you see any info, put it in your. If you guys see it before me, definitely post in Be Living Proof. That's not just a group for me to post in, and I don't want it to become just me posting in there, because that's not what it's about. It's like, if you guys are on the ball, you see something before me, put it in there, and because not only does it help me, but also your team see you do it, so they're like, these people, this person is a leader, my sponsor is a leader as well. I'm not just hearing it from someone else, and that's really important. But I would just stick to a couple of groups, like, sorry, Austin's singing.
He's better at singing than me.
So just choose like one of the events groups, one mentor. Well, obviously Be Living Proof is the mentor group. Use your Clean Living Junkies and do a really cool welcome video. And it doesn't need to be, don't make it super long, but like 2.5, 3 minutes. But with as many as you like there, like visual as possible, would be amazing. And just literally plaster these Clean Living Junkies, logoed up pictures all over, everything, and just get it out there. I notice when you put people into Clean Living Junkies, you are still saying like, thank you for your order, blah, blah. Do you also post that on your walls as well?
Yeah. I didn't, but I am now, yeah.
Only if they allow that.
Yeah, if they're friends, if they say yes.
Yeah.
And ask your customers for testimonials. I don't know if you saw, but one of my longest ever customers, like she's been 2 years on the premium capsules. Literally, she doesn't even, we never really actually converse that much anymore because I can't contact her every week for 2 years. Do you know what I mean? I know she loves the product. She was never on it for weight loss. We chat every couple of months. And I just said to her yesterday, because she got in touch with me, I just said, do you mind writing a testimonial? And so she put only like a sentence or two in Nutrition Plus, which I'm going to share a bit later on my wall. But also, so when you do get longer standing customers, make sure you ask them for testimonials if they haven't given them, because they're great to share. Especially in your customer group, they're great to share in there because it boosts everyone in the group as well. And then you can share it on your wall. If they want to show their name, they can. If they don't have to. Do you know what I mean? It's just work. It's just a testimonial for someone to read.
Can I just ask a question? So I just saw you recording it, and Lorraine messaged me today because she wasn't on the call last night, but she was getting a bit of confusion over what was her direction or what was Hunger for Health's direction because, like I said to Lucy previously, it was all good to try and branch off and make your own brand and try and make your own stamp. And it seems to me that we've gone backwards a little bit. It only in the respect of reversing and going around another way and saying, right, well, now, actually, no, we will stick with Clean Living Junkies, which I'm completely cool with. But Lorraine is one of my teamies, and I kind of passed that information on to her, and she's fairly new in it. She's only been in it a month, 6 weeks. And now she doesn't know what to do because she's trying to start making her own branding up, if you like. So what would you advise for that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I totally know. I get that, and because building a brand was something we kind of were, it was advised to do once you kind of established a team, but it kind of filtered down that people were kind of trying to build a brand or starting to think of a name right from the offset, which is cool. But it then, it doesn't really create much of a team vibe or movement. And that's only from, trial and error that we've noticed as we've gone along. And, as I'm sure from this business, we're a teach-to-teach business. We learn as we go along. As long as we stay teachable, that's all that matters. And then from speaking to Sven and Hayley Boucher the other day, it just made it click for me. And actually, it really made it click for me. And as much as it's great that everyone's building their brands and thinking of their names that they want for their businesses, down the line, for which you can all still keep. That's not there's nothing changing there. But for the sake of for the sake of your actual business getting off the ground and really moving, it's all about getting loads of people together and going and really going after the same thing, or being seen to be after the same thing on social media, because the more people see it, social media is so clever, and the more see this.
I'm just going to butt in a minute, because when I spoke to my friend about this and I said that we've all got these different names, he said that's confusing. It needs to just be one. So to me, although I love my living life without, you know, my little thing, I'm still going to have that just as a, because it's more about inspirations and stuff. But actually, I'm going to be fully on board now with Clean Living Junkies, because I do agree that we should all be, Lorraine, and, you know, we should all be on the same thing. If we all be talking about the same thing, pictures being the same thing.
Yeah,
so that's why I feel that
it works really well. And like when I was talking to Sven, it's like, don't get mixed up with like your brand. Like your brand is you. It's like who you are. It's like who you are at home. It's like for me, you know, I'm a mum. I'm super into my fitness. I love like food, healthy food. I love being a family, you know, I'm a family kind of person. But then when I was in the military, then I'd go to work for them, and you know, and that would be my, you know, that was my movement. I was then going and I was working their philosophy, you know, the Queen's philosophy. It's like Lucy, you know, she's super into her fizz, wants to get shredded, trains all the time, eats well or eats a lot. Then when she goes to work for British Gas, and she does what, you know, she follows their philosophy. So keep your own brands, as in the sense of like, you know, still be who you are. Don't change who you are as a person, as long as you're a product of the product, whichever way you do that, you know, like, you know, the guy on Leanne's team, Danny, you know, he's super into his cycling, you know, whereas there's some like mums, and there's people like Lucy, you know, and Jade that love it in the, you know, always in the gym, you know, so everyone's got their own personal brand, and no one can take that away. And, you know, if you've got your own name to go along with that, then that's cool. But for the sake of your business, let's all just collaborate under one name and just get as much exposure for it as possible. Because, you know, what happened yesterday when Sammy, one of my girls, messaged me saying she'd lost a customer to the CC project. The CC project aren't even about health, for God's sake. They're about weight loss. Do you know what I mean? They're about weight loss. They're talking 2 shakes a day for like forever, you know, and that's up to them, and that's what's working for them. But their business is built on a shake business in my eyes, and you know, they're on about weight loss and that kind of thing. That's working for them. But I know that everyone on this call, and pretty much everyone in the Be Living Proof organization, are, you know, we're about health, we're about long-term health, we're about customers for life, we're about capsule customers for life. Yes, shakes for pre-post workout, for breakfast, don't get me wrong, I have a shake every breakfast, but you know, I only ever promote 2 shakes a day for 2 weeks maximum if someone wants to really kickstart weight loss, and then maybe do that again a month or 2 down the line just to boost again. So we're all about health. But the fact is that customer still left to go to like a weight loss team purely because of the huge movement, because everyone's talking about CC, because all their before and afters have got CC project on, all their foods have got CC project on, you know. And so all we can do now, we're better, in my eyes, we're much better than that movement, because, you know, we've got a lot more knowledge in our organization between us about health, about nutrition, you know, and we actually care. You know, there's more people that are qualified in fitness, you know, so we can give out actual qualified fitness programs. You know, we care, in my eyes, we care much more for the people, you know, for our customers and for our team than the CC project. So I know that as soon as we all get behind this one brand, you know, in your case, Clean Living Junkies, and show who we are on social media, it's just going to go huge. People are going to have another Juice Plus rep down the road, and then they're going to see the Clean Living Junkies, and then be like, well, I want to go with them, because they do fitness classes. They've got unreal like food all over their Facebooks. It's always tagged with Clean Living Junkies. Look at all those before and afters and testimonials from customers, you know, and that's what gets people like, yeah, I want to go with them. They know their shit, not just someone that wants to lose a bit of weight for 2 weeks or whatever. You know, I think that I couldn't believe it when someone left to go to the CC project, but I get why she did. She was, like Sammy said, a troublesome customer from the start, always found an excuse not to do something. But Sammy, pretty new in the business, 2 months into the business, like wasn't really using any branding, you know, hasn't got a team, still hasn't got any team members, or that customer can look at a massive team. It's already got a movement of loads of reps and loads of support and before and afters and this and that and the other. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? You'd probably want to go with them as well, really.
Yeah.
So that's all we're going to try and replicate. But like I say, we're better. We're so much better than them.
Of course we are.
Yeah, we are.
Hell yeah.
Was there anything else to cover, or any other questions about it? Just, hopefully that clarified it. Sorry for I didn't want to confuse anyone, but like I said, I just didn't want to mention Clean Living Junkies too much or at all on the call last night, because I didn't want people to get confused and be like, oh, why are they keeping their name? Why don't I keep my name? Do you know what I mean? I just wanted to get rid of that. But like I say, you guys are the biggest organisation in the Be Living Proof, wider umbrella, and so it just makes sense because you've got such a great thing going down there that to keep that and just drive it forward, because you can have exactly the same results as what the whole of the Be Living Proof will have, and what the CC project and like Haley Boo. Yes, Ozzy. Let me just show you what he's doing. He's jumping off that footstool onto his teddy. She's mental. Haley Boucher, she's from Essex. Her brand or movement's called Health Babes. And crazy name, but it's got her to like QNMD, NMD, IMD, EMD, and like back to back pretty much. Not just her. I was chatting to her. She says she's lost count. I said, "Oh, do you buy your team presents when they get promoted?" She goes, "Haley, if I bought my team presents when they're promoted, I'd be skint." That's not a bad problem to be having, is it? So, yes, she's getting promoted, but it's not about her. Her entire team are just getting promoted back to back. It's crazy because they're all doing this Health Babes. They've branded everything up. You've probably seen all the ones I put in the Be Living Proof group, but Lucy is making them all for Clean Living Junkies as well.
Yeah, they're in our group.
Oh, brilliant. And I'll send you that new one, actually, I made tonight for the Join Our Call. So, yeah, it's because they're all doing that, and they've just got this structure. I'm going to write up those upline agreement thing we came up with last night as well. I'll write that up. Get that over to you, Lucy, if you don't mind to check it for me once I finish.
Yeah.
And, we'll make sure all our teams get that as well when they join, so you know what to do as an upline. And I think, it's going to go off the scale as long as everyone grasps it and runs with it. It can't not.
Cool. Thanks, Haley. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks, Haley.
No problem at all.
Cool. So we'll speak about on Thursday on our call about how we're gonna move it forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions between now and then? Obviously, give us a shout.
Cool. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
See you later.
Thank you.
See you later, guys.
See you.
See ya.
Cheers.